We hear a lot about ovarian cancer, and in case you don't hear enough about it, well, that's why Lisa Sinkowitz is with us today. She is the president of the St. Louis Ovarian Cancer Awareness Society, and she joins us on Studio B. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You know, when I was arranging this interview, I said, you know, certainly I want to talk to someone who is with the organization, sure, but I also want to hear from a woman who has dealt with ovarian cancer, and yes, you are both of those things.
Yes, I was diagnosed in 2006. I'm the fourth woman in my family to have ovarian cancer. I knew from an aunt in Kansas City who'd had a diagnosis that there were signs and symptoms and that our family was at a higher risk. So she taught me these things. She made me aware, which is our name, St. Louis Ovarian Cancer Awareness. Mm-hmm. She made me aware, and I did have some of the symptoms. And I'm a little grateful in that I also had endometrial cancer, and it presented first. It was causing me problems, along with the ovarian cancer, which I didn't know I had. In the course of having my surgeries, they discovered that there was cancer both in the endometrium and on my ovary.
So we want to talk about symptoms and therefore build the awareness,
right,
the silent. It's called the silent, I don't want to say silent killer, but
it's kind of a sneaky disease.
Yes.
The symptoms that women can have can also be symptoms of other things.
Of other things.
One of them is bloating. That's the big one. That's at the top of the list. And a lot of women have bloating. We have bloating once a month.
Once a month.
We also bloat sometimes when we eat certain things, or if we eat things we're not supposed to eat, we have some bloating. So that's the first one. Another one is urinary frequency and urgency, which is also a symptom of diabetes. And most people are probably going to have diabetes statistically than they are ovarian cancer.
Also a symptom as women age. You just can't hold it anymore.
Yeah, that's right. As you get older, that happens too. But another one, along with the bloating, which is kind of antithetical, if you want to say that, is you sit down to eat, and you eat 2 or 3 bites, and then you say, I couldn't eat another bite.
You're stuffed.
I'm just not hungry. Yeah, just after 2 or 3 bites. And that's called early satiety. We say if you're eating and feeling full quickly, then that can be a symptom of ovarian cancer.
Are we looking for all of these symptoms, just one of them to last a little while, or what?
The 3 that I've mentioned are main symptoms, along with any kind of pelvic pain or abdominal pain that may occur. So those are the 4 main symptoms: the bloating, the urinary urgency and frequency, the feeling full quickly, and any kind of pain, abdominal or pelvic pain. But there are other symptoms too, like indigestion, constipation, pain during intercourse, any kind of a GI type upset, that sort of a thing.
And the confusing or maybe difficult thing is that we've pushed pap smears for for so long.
Yes,
but this is not detected through a pap smear.
There is no test for ovarian cancer. What you have to do is you have to know these symptoms, and women can go to our website at www.sloca.org. You can check these signs and symptoms, check the risk factors to see if you may have some risk factor involved with family history or something like that. But you have to just keep going to the doctor and
asking questions.
Asking questions and saying, we've looked at these things, I've had these tests, I'm trying these changes with the diet and such, and it's not working. So can we look at something else? And you just have to keep pursuing it until you finally narrow down what they call the differential diagnosis.
It's so interesting that we as women can often be portrayed as being we have a stick-to-itness about us. You know, we don't let things go.
We know our bodies, and
we do know our bodies, and unfortunately, when it comes to our bodies, sometimes that's the one thing that we ignore. So you say, know your body.
That's right.
You know when something's wrong.
That's right, and you know what your patterns are, and we tell women to keep a diary, get a calendar out, and mark down when you have the bloating symptoms. Mark down when you just didn't feel like eating that day at all. Mark these down. If they happen 12 times a month, or if it's symptoms that persist for 2 weeks or more, that is a real good time to go talk to your doctor.
So you mentioned that you knew you had family members who'd had ovarian cancer. Talk to me about what we should know about family members and how that may give us a higher rate of possibility?
Well, the folks who are at high risk, the women with the highest risk, any family history of breast cancer, ovarian cancer, colon cancer, pancreatic cancer, there's a large cluster of cancers that can all perhaps point to a high risk of ovarian cancer. Women who have had family members with breast cancer who've been tested for the BRCA mutations.
Right, okay.
They're at high risk for ovarian cancer. If you're of Eastern European or Ashkenazi Jewish descent, you are of a higher risk. But mostly just family history. You have to know the family history, know what has happened in your family in the past, and focus in on that.
And how are you?
Oh, I'm great. It's been 9 years.
Wow.
9
Thank
years.
God.
Yeah. It's to have a stage 1 diagnosis gave me a huge opportunity to survive much longer. But also, too, it's about 1 in 4 women who survive who are diagnosed with the disease. So I feel like in my family, statistically, I made it. And so I have a mission to tell other women about the symptoms, because knowing that did save my life.
Share the website for us again so we know where to go to get this information.
Sure. It's www.sloca.org.
Ladies, know your body,
That's right.
know the signs, and ask a lot of questions. Lisa, go ahead.
I was going to say we have a lot of events this month in September because it's Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month. So check the website under events and come and join us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's good to have you on Studio B.
Thank you.
We'll have more on KMOX.